This is the 6th episode of Beginner Calisthenics Skills, and I am going to show you how to do the back lever. The back lever is a static skill that requires you to hold a lever position with your hands behind you. And it also brings preparation to more advanced skills like the planche, hefesto, and a very big and strong bicep, as it stresses the bicep in that lengthened position. I'm going to get you through the technique, progressions, and exercises you can do to get this surprisingly easy skill in a very safe way so that you do not stress your bicep too much. So without all of that shit out of the way, let's get into it. But before any of that, we have to first get into the requirements. I know we cannot just jump into it straight away because for one, you need a decent amount of basics first, and I also need as much watch time from you as possible. So when it comes to that, have at least 6 months to 1 year of basics first before you actually go for the skill, as you need to get used to your own body weight first. Being able to do skin the cats for about 5 reps would be a good start as well, as mobility for the skill is unfortunately required. You can do this on the reins with a pronated grip in the front lever and a supinated grip on the back lever, which is recommended. But you can also just do this on the bar with either grip as well. Not only does this exercise improve your mobility overall, but it also looks oddly similar to the back lever, so I would assume it would train the same muscles as that movement. So technique for this one movement is very important. Start with a dead hang at the bottom and depress your scapula, as well as retract as you raise up with your knees tucked in a German hang. And then just go the opposite way you came from. Make sure the whole way through your arms are completely locked out so that you can properly stress your bicep. Now, as we get into the technique, always keep your pelvis tucked no matter what progression, and never, and I say never, never, never let your whole body arch. So keep a hollow body. Now that you know the technique and shit, let me tell you about your and other mistakes that people are making. First one and only one, aside from the two I just mentioned beforehand, is protracting too much at the scapula. When doing the back lever, people might often think, the more around my back, the more it look good. Wrong! If you want to be a master at the back lever and not suffer any discomfort, you have to be more depressed. So keep your shoulders down to activate your stabilizers. And also keep in mind that your hips are also an anti-extension, so don't round your lower back as well. So with all of this out of the way, let's get on with the progressions. First one being, of course, the tuck, which I basically explained it all in the skin the cat demonstration. So focus on rolling yourself into a ball like an armadillo would roll down the biggest hill imaginable. And once you're able to move on from 5, then to 7, then to 10 seconds, you are ready to move on to the advanced tuck. So keep your hips down and knees back to make a 90-degree angle. And once you do that for about 10 seconds, you would move on to the next progression like you would in the rest of the progressions I will show you. The next one is a frog. So bring your knees a little bit forward and open your groin. Once you progress more and more, you can move on to the straddle halfway, then straddle, then halfway. Then once you mastered all of those progressions, you can finally shoot your shot and go for the full back lever. But when it comes to the exercises to actually progress, there are a few that I will show you. First one is the back lever raise, which you basically have to start in the bottom of an active German hang and then raise up using the strength of your shoulders and scapula. Never let momentum take place into this movement. Sorry, CrossFitters. The next exercise is a very good bicep exercise on its own, which is the pelican curl. You can either use the reins or the bar, and make sure that the surface that you are curling from is at the level of your hips. Keep yourself engaged the same way as if you were in a back lever, and start curling with the line between your wrists and elbows, as they are the only parts of the arm that will be moving. Never let your shoulder move during the curl, so make it stationary. Now, as you're at the negative, please make sure to control your elbow lockout, as that is the hardest part of the movement that needs to be mastered. Next one is doing the hold itself, but using a resistance band. When moving from progression to progression, using the resistance band is a fine line between one progression and another. So forget your dumbass ego and train the smart way and the most efficient way. Do each exercise for 3 to 5 reps and 3 to 5 sets with 3 to 5 minutes in between, as you are taking your time to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends and family. So now this will be the end of the tutorial. So if you have enjoyed this video, please consider checking more of my videos, as I have put my heart and soul to make the best content possible, as this will continue in the future. So stay tuned for that. Okay, now, bye bye.